What is going on, Governor Chisgule here, and today we are going to duel during the Mighty Governor event. That's right, there's a tournament, and top places get sweet, sweet prizes. If you like Rise of Kingdoms videos where we test out commanders and push them to their limits, you should like and subscribe. This is a 2v2 duel format, and we are a sponsored creator with Rise of Kingdoms. Now, when I say 2v2, I mean you bring two armies, and I bring two armies. We duke it out, and whoever's left standing is the winner. Now, each player is constrained. They can only bring 200,000 troops. I assume that if you're using a commander that lets you elevate the capacity of an army, that you could, use that, but there's no army expansions or other things that would otherwise extend your troop counts. Now, we put a lot of thought into what commanders you might bring to a 2v2 duel. What should you be using? And here's what I think works really well. I don't actually know, though. We're going to find out. We'll see how it goes. We're battling against another T5 player, so I mean, it's top tier battling here. We believe that our good friend Khan with Cao Cao is the best combination in the game. The problem with this combination, however, is that it cannot take damage very well. It can dish out tons of damage, but it really can't take it. And that means that if I use Khan with Cao Cao as a pairing, I can't bring a really tanky second army like Richard and Martel because I don't need a tank army. I need freaking crazy DPS from my second army too. Do you see what I'm getting at? Otherwise, they just counter my DPS-y army, kill it, and then, deal with my infantry on a 2-on-1, and I'm done for. So I think that the tactic here is to create two armies that are very, very difficult for them to deal with. If they attack one, then the other one is going to get sweet, sweet value. So I think the way I get value both ways is to use a Khan with Cao Cao and to use Yi Seong-Gye with El Cid. And the reason is that if they attack Yi Seong-Gye with El Cid, their damage is going to get elevated when they get low. That's really good. And that means my high DPS army, highest DPS in the game, is just going freaking ham on whatever I'm hitting. That seems really good. I also like bringing an archer army because it's going to counter infantry if they bring infantry. I also like the AoE because, look, there's going to be multiple armies here that we got to deal with. It's a 2-on-2, right? So we're going to take out multiple of their armies, some effectiveness with the AoE. So I like that as a combination. Is it the best? Man, who the heck knows? We're going to figure that out. So by creating two armies that are high DPS, and I don't care which one they hit, we've created a situation now where it's like, all right, like you hit the one or the other, and whichever one you're not hitting is going to go completely ham. I don't know if that's actually the right strategy. The other strategy would be to bring like two tanky armies where it's like, hit whoever you want. You can't freaking kill me, right? So the example of what I would do in that configuration, which I think is probably the better configuration if I had it, would be Richard I with Charles Martel. And then also Alexander the Great, probably with, gosh, what legendary would I pair him with, though? That's actually kind of tough. I don't know who my second pairing would be. Maybe it'd be Freddy. It would probably be Freddy for the healing. The healing's pretty good. So maybe the way to do it would be Martel with Freddy. Martel with Freddy, and Freddy would be the secondary, I guess. And then your other army would be Alexander the Great with Richard I. Yeah, that's how I would do that. That would be nuts. Two infantry armies. That, I think, would be the play. Now, we can use whatever buffs we want. We're not going to go, like, completely ham on the buffs, popping, like, a 10% or anything too crazy. We are, however, going to go in. We're going to go to our boost, and we're going to pop a 5% buff. And we are allowed to get runes for this. Once the Guardians spawn, they haven't spawned yet, we can go get runes, or maybe that's not a thing. If my opponent's not getting runes and I'm not getting runes, then, like, it doesn't matter, right? I don't think runes are so much better for me than they are for them, so maybe we'll just have a friendly agreement to either use them or not. And I think, are going to stick with this skin on our City Hall for enhancing our cavalry, because we think our cavalry are going to get focused, and not harming our archers. So let me actually go into the right place here. There we go. So this is the skin we're using. Elevating the survivability of our cavalry, and not reducing the survivability of our archers. That's good enough, I think. Our other options would be to improve our infantry. No, we don't want to do that because we're not bringing infantry. We could improve our cavalry at the cost of archers. We definitely don't want to do that. We could improve archer attack. I actually really like this. I like this a lot. We're switching here. I need my archer army to just be going freaking ham. And my archers are either going to be countered by other cavalry, which is going to be really awkward, and I need them to go ham, or they're going to be targeting my cavalry army, which I think is the better choice for them, in which case I need that group to go really ham. So I think that's the play. That's the play here. And Cupid's arrow is improving infantry. All right. So there's also archer defense. I think the problem with going with archer defense rather than archer attack is if they go for my cavalry units, I don't care what my archer defense is. I want my freaking attack to be through the roof. So that's the combo we're going to use. That's the combo we're going to use. And we'll see how this freaking goes. I really don't know. One thing we need to go evaluate is our builds. The builds have a huge impact on how this would go, by the way. I don't think that a rage build is the maximum damage that you can get. I'm pretty sure that rocking whistling arrows with phoenix tail arrows is the way to go. I'm pretty sure that's the way to go. So I'm going to reset my talents, actually. And I think, let's see here. This is sort of the build I would use. This is actually a little bit off. I have picked up the march speed because actually this is, I think, is better for most open field things. But for the purpose of specifically this tournament, I actually think those 2 points are going to be better off over here. And I feel a little weird putting a build on commander just for a tournament. I guess the downside of going with Naked Rage is like, gosh, if they focus down my archers, I'm just like in serious trouble. I'm going to be taking a lot of skill damage, but not dishing it out as much. I mean, I do a lot of skill damage. Such choices. Such choices. I think I'll go with this build just like this. It's entirely possible that the extra damage from Naked Rage would be good. I don't want to over-optimize just for this freaking tournament. Like, I'm playing the tournament, but I also kind of want to have a build that I would actually use other places. So the other route we could go is like this, ditching the extra rage generation in favor of clarity, which, is going to give you some more damage. For us, the rage generation does mean more damage, so we'll try out this version of the build, and we'll see how it goes. They're both very tempting. Gosh, this one is actually very, very tempting. After using an active skill, increase the skill damage by 6% for the next 6 seconds. I don't think I'm generating enough rage for that to be as crazy as I want it to be. So we're going to go here. We're going to swap and hit confirm. This is the build we're using. And our cavalry build. I don't think they're going to bring archers. And our cavalry build is set to go be against archers, which is kind of awkward. I think they're going to focus my Cao Cao army down. So I could put the points into Naked Rage, but I don't actually think that's good for a 2-on-2 duel. Because they should focus down my Cao Cao Khan and ignore my archer army. So I think I'm going to run with Halberd in the off chance that they bring archers. And we'll call it there. I think that's the way to do it. So I don't think I need to change my build here, even though if they don't target Cao Cao, it'd be better to have Naked Rage. If they do, it's going to be way worse if they got a bunch of high damage commanders. Of course, if they bring a bunch of infantry, I mean, like, gonna really wish I had Naked Rage. I don't know. 2-on-2 tournaments, just such a fascinating idea. I feel good about what we've got here. Let's march them out onto the battlefield and get this freaking party started. It looks like the dueling has started in the dueling zone. Pretty sweet. There's a whole bunch of tiers for this event. We'll maybe put the rules down in the description so you can see the full rules of the event if you want to. In the tier we're at, it's like the T5 tier. There are, I think, 8 total participants in this particular tier of, like, basically has as many troops as you could possibly want to bring to the battlefield. let's see here. So we're going to teleport over, and the person we're dueling is over here, Abiles the Great. So we're going to rock that sweet TP. Boom. I don't want to teleport into the dueling area. I want to be outside the dueling area. And I don't know exactly where the dueling is supposed to be. Duel here. Don't TP. So I have to think if I'm over here, that's like safe, right? That's outside the dueling area, I think. I don't know. Here we go. Targeted teleport. Okay. We are now into the dueling area, and we need to do our army presets. The armies that we mentioned first are going to be Khan with Cao Cao, and we're going to rock the 200K. Boom. We're going to save that as 1. And the second army that we're bringing is, I think I've already got a preset for it. I do. We're going to bring 200,000. Done. We're going to make that preset 2, so it's nice and fast to go boom, boom. Preset 1, preset 2. Send them out onto the field. Okay. There's Abiles. I'm not going to look at his marches. You have witnessed that I have predetermined what my marches are, and we're not changing them based on whatever he's doing. Although he's bringing infantry, so I'm going to get so wrecked. This is going to be so interesting. This is a part of the reason why, by the way, we decided to bring... This is going to be really fascinating. This is why we decided to bring like archers and cavalry. Because like something's going to counter something probably. All right. So we need to leave the alliance. And maybe leaving the alliance is the way we show that we're ready. Whatever. Let's bring army 1. And let's bring army 2. This is really exciting. It shouldn't be so exciting, but it is. All right. And, you know, ho 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 ho. he's got Charlemagne. Oh gosh, this is going to be so awkward. This is going to be so awkward. What an interesting set of pairings. I mean, we counter archers, right? So I think we go all in on this, but he's probably got Yi Ye in here. Woo, this is this is sweet. I love this event. This is such a sweet in-game thing. Thank you for organizing this, friends. All right, so now, right on. I'm just messaging the person I'm dueling. Okay, so now we leave Alliance, and I guess just go when we're both out. I mean, this is so interesting because he has taken the approach that I thought would be better, which is to go way tanky, and we're going like mega damage. So this is going to be really interesting. All right. So now we leave the alliance, and I hope I'm actually recording all this. I am. Okay, good. Now we leave the alliance, which is such a weird feeling. Quit alliance. Yes. I guess we could scout something for a 3% buff, but I'm not going to do that because I don't think he's done that. So now we just go whenever. I think I kill this army rather than this one. I don't want to deal with his infantry. I want to deal with his archers. These are all T5s that we brought, right? Like second guessing myself. All right, here he comes. Boom. Okay. Could have had a slightly better start there. This is looking good for us, but he's going to get a lot of shielding. He's targeting my Yi Ye army. This is exactly what I wanted. The Yi Ye army is going to get weak, and then their damage is going to be elevated. They also are rocking an Yi Ye, which we are not targeting right now, which is pretty interesting. We're just going all in on these archers, which so far I think is working. So far, I think it's working. He's got El Cid as the secondary to Charlemagne. That's an interesting choice. That's an interesting choice. Okay, we're now double tapping to prepare, and we're going to swap over to the other target as soon as this one's finished. We're ready. We're ready, and boom, swap. Okay, so this went really, really well for us. And he brought some interesting pairs of commanders. Let me see. He's got Isonier as the secondary to his shielding commander. I mean, I think this was a cool idea. But I would have gone more all in on the tanky army plan. I would have used, I mean, you heard what I thought I would use, right? Like Richard and Charles would be in the mix, which they're not here right now. Now, we still have to win, which, like, that army's really tanky. We're getting low, but I think we got this. Yeah, we definitely got this. So the El Cid pairing, right, is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. It took the fire. It let my real DPS army do serious work. Yeah. This worked out. And at this point, it doesn't matter that my cavalry are straight up countered by the infantry. Boom. All right. So total troops remaining. 121,000 over here. 24,000 over here. Getting a look in at the troops. He did also bring T5. Why did he bring less than 200? He brought 200,000. Why did it show less than that? That's... Oh, weird. I don't know what it's showing here, but that's a little weird. Yeah. Wow. We can look at the troop buffs. Oh, Charlemagne's not expertised. I guess that really doesn't matter for this fight, actually. That really doesn't matter for this fight. I don't think Charlemagne was the pick here. I don't think that was the pick. Let's check out these commanders. Troop buffs. Wow, those are some sweet commanders. I would have paired... I mean, I would bring Isonier with El Cid and then Alexander the Great with something else. Anyways, that was a freaking sweet fight. Thank you, Abilez, for that sweet, sweet duel. Yeah, we should do more of this. That was incredibly fun. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. I mean, this is just the beginning of the Mighty Governor craziness and the tournament. We're going to film more rounds of this tournament, and we'll bring our coverage of that to you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.